Hi there. I thought I'd do a few hotel quarantine hacks, just with some ideas and tips for hotel quarantine. I'm up to my 13th day. I am leaving tomorrow at midday. It is a long haul. It is, for some people, extremely difficult. For others, it's comfortable, and for some people, it's fantastic. So depends on your attitude, your outlook, what you're here for, many situations, many reasons, and the circumstances are completely different for every single person, family, group, friends, whoever's stuck in a quarantine situation. I'm here on my own, so for me, it's not so bad. I think if you were with a large family and had all your kids with you, or teenagers, or very close friends and lots of them, it could become quite difficult. There's nowhere to go. It's very small, as you can see. It is very small. So you do have to set boundaries and space if you are with other people. So that's probably the first thing you need to establish, is a few boundaries or rules or working spaces, or finding a way to have personal space if you are in a group. Also, where do you put all your luggage? It is really small. It's literally, this hotel, every hotel is different. Some you'll get your own private room, some you may not. So here, I feel I have actually been quite lucky in the room that I've got. However, for some people, it won't be that way. So first thing you do when you come in, I think, is establishing something that makes you feel a little more homely. So doing a few things to either move the furniture around if you are allowed to. Always check with reception. I just rang and said, is it okay if the coffee table's in the way, I can't exercise, or you just ask them, and they're really obliging. You'll find if you're nice to the staff, they will bend over backwards to help you out. But if you are difficult, I think it's a different story. And yes, some people are really angry and upset about being in a hotel quarantine, and sometimes understandably, and sometimes unfortunately, we've just got to wear it. If you fight it and try and do things that you shouldn't, it's going to come back and really bite you. So just got to follow the directives. Do what you got to do. Do you. You don't have to do anything that I tell you on this video at all. If you think it's a crock of crap, that's fine. That's fine. You do it your way. These are merely just practical tips, that's all. So first I'll start with luggage. So with your luggage, I've personally bought a really big bag. It's plastic coated, so I can put my crockery went in there. So I did bring a plate and a spoon and a knife and fork, as you can see. So I bought extra towels, so I wrapped the plates and crockery in a sort of like an S shape, like the towel around them in a fashion that, so as it wraps the plates around the towel kind of thing, and then put all the clothing around and over the top so it doesn't break. With your clothing, try and organize it so as you've got 14 days worth of clothing. I do not have a laundry facility or a kitchenette. So if you don't have those services available or those items in your hotel room, you have to come up with some resourceful ways of doing things. So I'll get to that in a moment. Firstly, luggage. So nice big bag. I got the stand thing out of the wardrobe over there to put my bag on. You can do it however you like. I mean, standard hotel room, you've got your ironing board and a secure safe and drawers down the bottom, so you can fit a fair bit of stuff in there. Also, with the luggage, with the bigger bag, I've actually preferred doing it this way, with almost like a filing cabinet. So I have 14 t-shirts, singlets, active wear, and around 7 pants or skirts or shorts or whatever you wear. If you're a bloke, you probably have 7 pants and 7 shirts, up to you, or 7 t-shirts, whatever, 7 t-shirts, 7 pants. But just make sure you've got enough. You can do laundry in your room without a laundry facility, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. The other thing I packed in was, so I've got jumpers and a coat because that is the climate that I'm in. If you're in Queensland, just throw in all your shorts and singlets or whatever. But, you know, pack for the climate. Think about what you're going to be doing once you leave hotel quarantine, how many clothes you need, what you need to take with you after you leave. I also bought pegs and string just in case, and I certainly needed those. Whatever you do, don't forget some technology. Make sure you bring your phone and your charger. I've attached my phone charger to my laptop. Oh dear, that's not always good. So I've attached that to the side there. So I plug my mobile phone into that. That is your lifeline for, you know, friends, family. And there's several key things to getting through this. Firstly, when you come in, establish boundaries and with your fellow people, so you know, because otherwise it will be really challenging, I would think. For me, not so much because I'm on my own here. But one thing I would highly recommend is establishing a routine. So if you come in and crash on the couch and just throw everything everywhere, it's going to be an awful, awful time. You'll find you'll go downhill very quickly. And it's not going to be pleasant at all. And that for some people can cause enragement, anger, frustration, venting, throwing the TV on loud to whatever. It could cause all kinds of issues. So just please be mindful of others and keeping yourself safe and mentally okay, which means if they do a welfare check and ring you, which they do every second or third day, it could be every day depending what you need, talk to them, just have a chat, even just if it's about the weather, or it might be something that you're really feeling or that's come up since you've been in hotel quarantine. Chat with them, talk to them. For some people it's so distressing that they get angry, but there's no point. Just, you got to find family, friends, anything you can to keep yourself mentally comfortable. Be resilient, be strong, and you can get through it. You really can get through it. And with other people, it could be great. It could be really fun. You can connect, you can find out their life story. It could be a wonderful experience if you can. So making a routine is really, really important. For me, I bought blue tack. I stuck up, you know, like the information. I put my COVID tests and how they're going, which is negative, up to the 5th one, all negative, thank goodness. This is a Monday to Sunday roster or a list or a what's on this week. You can get all kinds of versions of that. Do one up on a scrap bit of paper. Post-it notes, fantastic for being in here. They can be good for entertaining yourself almost. Okay, so also that red thing on the bed here, that's actually a scarf I found in my luggage, and I thought, oh, I'll brighten the room up with that. So, you know, anything like that, anything to brighten your room up. You can bring 20 of those, they're that light. You throw them in your bag and redecorate the place with scarves every day if you want to. So there's lots of things you can do. Also on the packing side, make sure your clothes are comfy, lots of tracky dacks. No one's going to see you, and everyone's in the same boat if they do. If you've got young kids, obviously you're probably going to have to lay your cases out along the wall. It wouldn't all fit in a wardrobe like that, and I would hope that you'd get a bigger room. I always leave a light on just for a bit of ambience, or, you know, make it look good. Just helps a little. Also very fortunate to have a beautiful view out there. So I'm lucky in that sense. Some of you won't be. You may get a room with looking at the garbage or looking at the car park. Not great. So you need to learn to come up with things to do. So that project that you might be working on or wanting to do, or somebody might want to take something up, book an online course, do a 2-week online course, even if it's a non-accredited course, or just something you can do online. Or you could do drawing, or bring beads, or I don't know, anything really, colouring books or magazines. Or I took up yoga and started exercising. So lots of things that you can do. It's just getting on the internet, Googling them up. There's tons and tons of fantastic advice on the internet about what to do in hotel quarantine, how to get through it, what to take with you, what to put in your luggage. I personally do this filing kind of system here because I can feel a little bit organised and pick out what I need for each day, and it's like a little ledge on the suitcase. So, you know, I know socks are there, jumpers are there, coats there, you know, sportswear's there, and t-shirts and so on. So that's how I do it. It's okay if you just chuck everything in, that's fine, as long as you've got what you need and you're comfortable. But you do you, and do things that make you feel happy, and stick to that routine. Got to be in that routine. Another piece of advice I would give you is bring earplugs, and I bought one of those. They go over your eyes. So over night time there can be a lot of bright light that comes in under your door, or maybe your curtains don't shut properly, or so putting one of those over your eyes can be very beneficial. And the earplugs have been fantastic. People have all kinds of different habits. You might have a night owl who likes to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning playing loud music, or somebody protesting because they don't want to be in here. So, you know, they might vent by drawing some attention. And so if that is the case and you have to wear it, then you take those earplugs. They will get you through the night. Also headphones for music. You can take up singing in your room if you wish to. Obviously you can't be loud, but you don't want to disturb other people, but you can. I mean, the walls are pretty thick to a point. Mind you, I can hear other people's TVs loud and clear at times, depending on the volume. So be mindful of other people too. So what else happens in hotel quarantine? So I don't have I'll do the laundry side of it now. I don't have a laundry facility. So what I've done, I've improvised. So I've got this rubbish bin here. So I just put either a double bag, which I don't particularly like doing, or I just use some of these bags that they bring dinner in it as a liner underneath the rubbish, so it doesn't spill onto the carpet. I took the bucket part of it out. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this, but I did do it to get me through. So I take it into the shower area. So I put the bucket in the shower and I put the washing in there. You do get detergent. So if you ask for laundry detergent and sink detergent, like, you know, your sink detergent, they will provide it. So set yourself up so you're comfy. Like I did bring makeup. Who's going to wear makeup? But, you know, if it makes you feel good, just do it. I bought like essential oils because I thought, well, hey, you know, I can just put a little bit on a cloth and it smells nice. It makes the room smell nice, so it's pleasant. So anything that works for you, just do it. I bought bars of soap because I think I just chuck them out at the end. That's another tip. Bring bars of soap and just throw them in the bin at the end. With your laundry, so I just put some hot water, or you might wash with cold water, whatever way you wash, just use the bucket, throw it in, give it a good swish, swish, swish around, and then you wring it out really well, rinse it out, wring it out, empty your bucket of water out, wring your clothes, wring your rinsed clothes out, wring them out really well with your hands. So you just make a twisting motion back and forth with your hands to wring them all out. Old school. Yeah, that's how you get it done. And then put the wringed clothes back in the bucket as you go. Take your bucket over, put a towel under your clothes horse. I asked for a clothes horse and I received a clothes horse. So you can get them. They'll bring them up for you. So there's lots of things you can get. I didn't have a jug. They brought the jug up. No problem. Sometimes they do remove things out for cleaning and they don't get put back. That's just over this COVID time. So I think sometimes it's just a matter of ringing on your mobile if you don't have the telephone and saying, hey, I don't have a telephone. I don't have a jug. Do you mind bringing one up? And they'll do it. They will do it. Tell them your room number. They will do it. With your technology, just don't forget your cords, whatever you do. You can buy things from Woolies and online and get it delivered up. Reception will bring it up. I've heard of people having exercise bikes delivered to their room throughout quarantine and hiring all kinds of things. So that could be a possibility if you ring around or email or whatever you want to do to find out, you can. Also, I have bought wipes, like just cleaning wipes. They have come in such handy for, you know, cleaning up spills when I have dinner at that table, because it is small. It's quite often stuff does get spilt. I bought a placemat there, so usually I remove the laptop, put the dinner, and then clean that down, which is really handy to have those wipes. Also, one thing I don't like is that there is no recycling. If you're into recycling, they can't. Obviously, due to the situation, has created a bit of an issue with that. So unfortunately, you will end up with a lot of bags, but I'm just using them as a liner because I need to use the bucket for my makeshift washing machine. There's chopping boards are great. They're really good. I bought that from home. You can just get them at a $2 shop. They're just like a plasticky, you know, small chopping board. They're very lightweight, easy to put in your bag. So yeah, just cloths, Ajax. So I've got 3 of these in different colors. I've got one for here for my pantry and kitchen, and then I've got another one for the cleaning of the bathroom, and there's a green one which I just hung it down in there, which I dry my cutlery with. So make it work for you. I put towels there. You'll find these little nooks and crannies everywhere where you can put extra things. Like there's another cupboard here with a hairdryer. So you are often provided with most of the items that you would need. My toilet doesn't work properly, so that is running all the time. So probably shouldn't have done this, but I did tweak the water on it in the cistern. Probably not ideal, but you cannot get anyone to come up and do maintenance. Don't touch any of the electricity or anything else. Do not do that. Just let them know, like I just told them, this is what's happening. This is what I did. I told them that I'm sorry, but I had to turn the water off at the water system because that toilet runs and runs water all night. So they were fine about it. It's fine. But it's probably not ideal to go fiddling around with things, because don't forget that anything you damage or break, you pay for. Just remember that. All right, so that's the washing side of things. Obviously a towel down the bottom, hang your washing out. On a nice day, I move that over in front of the window. I can open the window in here to let a bit of breeze in and get a bit of fresh air. You will not be allowed out for fresh air. You can't go out for fresh air. So you can open it a little bit just to get a mouthful of fresh air and a bit of air coming in your room. If you have someone that smokes, or if you are a smoker as such, it will be very, very difficult for people that do smoke. It will be really, really hard. I think they can offer nicotine patches, or you probably could get smokes delivered if that's your thing. But yeah, I think for some people it would be extremely difficult. yeah, so somehow you've just got to build that strength and resilience and find ways to connect with your loved ones and just enjoy their company and do the best you can in it. Food-wise, you get lots of snacks, as you can see. Lots of cereal, snacks, juices, milk, whatever you're after there. But they do bring breakfast, lunch and dinner in a bag like this. So this is a typical meal, which is quite nice. It might look yucky because it's in a plastic container, but it is nutritionally balanced. There is veggies, meat. If you're vegetarian, they'll send you just veggies and an alternative. If you are a nut somebody that might have a nut allergy, any allergy, just tell them, they'll fix it up. And fruit salad, a bicky, water every day. I set up an account downstairs to get coffee every day, which is nice. Yeah, so that's a few tips and tricks. Keep your towels dry, really essential, because if you just keep throwing them on the floor or just not keeping them in some sort of order, they'll get really damp and moldy and stinky. You do not get your beds changed, you do not get room service, nobody enters your room at all. Just be mindful of that. So make it as homely as possible with what you've got. Bring a photo of your family, put some photos up on your laptop or even USB plugs with photos and let them roll over with all your friends and family. Get on Zoom, get on FaceTime, learn to use it. They are your lifeline. So, I think I've spent the whole time just on the phone to friends. I've even had friends come to the front to give me a wave and say hi, which is really lovely. So there are lots of options. So that's the food side. So yes, you can order deliveries. Yes, you can get things like, if you need tweezers or scissors or things for the kids, you can get a Woolies order. Yeah, the meals are okay. You might get sick of them. They could be a little bit institutional style for some people. So, you might get sick of them. So get an Uber Eats or something. I don't know. There's a lot of affordable eats if you're on a budget, or bring a lot of snacks in your luggage. I bought some of these protein powders because they're lightweight and they fit in the luggage easily. Yeah, and with the plastic containers, I've also done, it's like a little bit of a pantry thing here where I've got napkins and plastic bags, tea, coffee and so on. So that's what I did there. I think I've already told you that, but anyway, just find things to do. Have a cup of tea and sip the cup of tea and watch the world go by if you can. Talk to your friend if you've got a friend in quarantine. They're your lifeline. Get on the phone, go on FaceTime, anything you can do to keep busy. But the key to it is keep busy and stay in routine. Get up at the same time that you get up at home. Do the same sort of things, even if it's going to work. Start work at 9 o'clock or 8 or 10 or whenever you start, just, depending on your job. Do things similar to what you do in your job. Clean the whole place. I don't know. Find things that you can do. Take up those activities you've wanted to do for a long time. Obviously, you can't go horse riding or whatever. Can't go kayaking out there, but you can find other things. You can pretend to kayak. You can pretend to do those activities until you get out there. Exercise, these are really great because you can do tons of exercises. You can stick them under the chair leg and do these, leg lifts out for your knees and all kinds of, there's loads of videos on them. That's what this setup here is. That's, just there for, I move it of a night or whatever, but sometimes it looks like a little rug too, so it gives it a bit of a homely feel. So lots of ways to do exercise. I've even used this as a weight just to get started as a bit of a lifting weight. Or I've even used the jug as a weight, lifting the jug handle up and down. Obviously don't put hot water in it, put cold water in it. I turn my clock off over there. I really don't want to see the time because it can drag at times. But if you do feel like time's dragging, sure, watch some streaming services. Make sure you download them before you come. What else can I tell you? I make my bed every day. Some people would think that's just ridiculous, but it makes me feel sane. It makes me feel like I'm organised, I'm doing something. It's something to do. I've bought a filing cabinet over there. What else? Exercise. Oh, you can do so many things. Like this room is like 15 steps up and back. But if you're on the phone, it's amazing. Like you can get, I've heard of people getting like 20,000 steps up. That is literally like walking this 1,000 times, like a mouse on a treadmill. Boring as. But if you got a nice view, you could open the view and pretend you're actually walking out there. Could be of benefit. I don't know. I try and mix it up a bit. Yeah, so just do the best you can with what you've got. I've even used this bag. I've put, like, if you order a 3 litre milk would be equivalent to 3 kilos, or these are equivalent to 1 kilo. 1 litre equals around 1 kilo. So I use that as a weight. Walk up and down with it. I've even used that sideways as a lifting tool to keep exercising. So you can find lots of ways. Just don't break anything, because you will pay for it if you do. Just remember, you know, there is signage about that there, for example. So, you know, don't go breaking anything. So you got your TV, video recorder. So there is plenty that, you know, you can find to do. Bring all your comfort items, luxuries, things you like from home, pack it all in. And yeah, so I hope this has been of some benefit, and make the most of what you've got and keep strong and get through it. You can do it. You can do it. I did it under very difficult circumstances, and I know other people have done it under very difficult circumstances, or, you know, they've moved interstate on top of that and had to bring, you know, their family later or pets later, and being torn apart from family, and it's awful, really awful, but you just have to get through it. And it is at the end of the day, 14 days. Stay strong, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. Bye.